He earns close to $100 million a year. He lives in an €11 million mansion that used to belong to Gareth Bale. He collected Ferraris for years before he was legally allowed to drive them, and at 25, he bought himself an entire professional football club. And yet the strangest thing about Kylian Mbappe's fortune is that the cars and the houses are the least interesting part of it. This is how Mbappe lives and spends his millions, and it works nothing like Neymar and nothing like Zlatan. In this video, the mansion with another superstar's golf course, the garage he couldn't legally touch, the watch with his name on it limited to 200 pieces, the quiet empire of companies he's building, and the one number to remember, 98. It closes this story in a way you won't expect. Hit the like button early. If the story doesn't grab you, you can take it back at the end. Deal? Let's start in Bondi. Bondi, a suburb northeast of Paris. Kylian Mbappé is born there in December 1998 into a family built entirely around sport and discipline. His father, Wilfred, with Cameroonian roots, coaches kids at the local club. His mother, Faiza, from an Algerian French family, is a handball player, and she will later become something almost no footballer's mother becomes: his chief negotiator, the person running the business side of a $100 million career. The family isn't poor, but Bondi is a world away from mansions and bodyguards. On the walls of Kylian's room, posters of Cristiano Ronaldo. He even visits Real Madrid's training ground as a kid and meets Zidane. Remember the geography of that dream, because it takes him 20 years to actually move in. The rise is absurdly fast. Monaco's academy at 14, first team debut at 16, breaking a club record that had belonged to Thierry Henry. At 18, 26 goals, a French title, a Champions League semifinal, and a transfer to Paris Saint-Germain worth around €180 million, one of the most expensive deals in the history of football. 7 years in Paris turn him into the club's all-time top scorer, 256 goals, and, at his peak, the highest-paid footballer on the planet. Forbes counted $120 million in a single year. And the exit was war. When he finally left for free, PSG withheld his money, and in December 2025, a French court ordered the club to pay him roughly €60 million in unpaid wages and bonuses. Mbappe doesn't just earn money, he litigates for it. Now, the Madrid deal, because this is where his financial genius hides. On paper, his Real Madrid salary is modest for a superstar, reportedly 15 to 20 million a year. But look deeper, a signing bonus of around €125 million spread over the contract, and the clause that matters more than all of it. Mbappe keeps roughly 80% of his own image rights. Real Madrid traditionally splits those with players. Mbappe kept his face, his name, and his celebration for himself. That's why Forbes still counts $95 million a year, the highest of any footballer still playing in Europe. So what does he buy? Start with the house. In Madrid, he settled in La Finca, a gated fortress of a neighborhood built for people who pay to be invisible, and reportedly bought the mansion of Gareth Bale for around €11 million. 1,200 square meters, 7 bedrooms, 11 bathrooms, a cinema, a gym, a pool, and, still on the grounds, the little golf area Bale famously built. Bale built the golf course. Mbappe bought the entire lifestyle of another Galactico. Back in Paris, he reportedly owns a duplex worth around £8 million, 12 bedrooms, a basketball court, a hammam. Then the garage, and my favorite paradox in this entire series. His reported collection, a Ferrari SF90 worth around £400,000, a Ferrari 488 Pista, a Cadillac Escalade, a BMW i7. And for years, Kylian Mbappe could not legally drive any of them. He became famous so young that there was always a driver. He simply never got a license. The fastest footballer alive, owner of 1,000-horsepower Ferraris, riding in the back seat. He finally passed his test in March 2026 at 27. And the first car the world caught him driving? A Mini Cooper convertible, worth about £35,000. The man could buy the dealership. He drove out in the smallest thing there, on his wrist. One brand by design. Mbappe has been a Hublot ambassador since 2018. And this spring, the relationship became something bigger. Hublot released the first watch bearing his name, the Big Bang Reloaded Kylian Mbappé. 200 pieces worldwide, white ceramic, 18-karat gold, and on the bezel, his personal motto, trust yourself. He's a global face of Dior, he has his own Oakley signature line, and notice the pattern, fewer toys, more products with his name on them. That pattern is about to get much bigger, because here's what truly separates Mbappé. He doesn't collect yachts, he collects companies. No confirmed private jet, no yacht, no diamond mountain. Instead, through his investment company, he bought around 80% of Caen, a French football club, reportedly for 15 to 20 million euros. The beautiful irony? As a teenager, he almost joined Caen's academy. He came back as the owner. And honestly, it's been rough. Results dipped, fans raised a banner saying the club is not Mbappe's toy. Buying a club is easy at 95 million a year. Running one is not. Add a stake in the France Sail GP sailing team, around 10% of German electronics maker Loewe, an investment in the 5 billion euro health tech company Allen, and Zebra Valley, his own production studio in Los Angeles with a multi-year NBA partnership. Neymar's luxury is designed to be seen. Mbappe's money is designed to outlive his speed. And now, the number 98. In 2020, Mbappe created a program called Inspired by KM, built around exactly 98 children from modest backgrounds, 98 for the year of his birth, guiding each of them from childhood to their first career, with education, culture, and housing support. His mother has said publicly that around 30% of his income flows into it. That's the family's figure, not an audited report, but the confirmed part is stunning enough. Since 2018, Mbappe has given away every single payment he has ever received for playing for France. Every match fee, every bonus. This summer, France earned around $27 million in World Cup prize money. By all reports, he hasn't kept a cent. The kid from Bondi paid the dream forward 98 times, which leaves the one thing the empire cannot buy. This World Cup, Mbappe scored 10 goals, won a second straight Golden Boot, and reached 22 career World Cup goals. More than Messi, more than Ronaldo the Brazilian, more than Pelé. The greatest scorer in the history of the tournament. And France finished fourth. And it gets crueler. He left Paris for Madrid to win the Champions League. The season he left, PSG won it, 5-0 in the final. This year, they won it again, beating Arsenal on penalties, back-to-back, while Mbappe finished as the entire competition's top scorer, 15 goals, and went out in the quarterfinals. The trophy he moved countries for now belongs to everyone except him. So that's the real answer. Kylian Mbappe can buy privacy, security, companies, and a future that will earn millions long after his legs slow down. The quietest, smartest fortune in football. But the two trophies that define legacies, the Champions League with his club and one more World Cup, are still not for sale. So here's my question for you. Whose model wins? Neymar's luxury built to be seen, Zlatan's myth built as armor, or Mbappe's empire built to last? Tell me in the comments. And both of those other stories, Neymar's and Zlatan's millions, are already on the channel.